Hey guys, and welcome back to Hoosier Hardware, and today we're taking a look at this. This is a GTX 1070, and unlike some cards in the past that I bought on eBay or brand new, this one sort of splits the difference. This is an EVGA BStock card. Now, for those of you that don't know, at least in the United States, I'm not really 100% sure on availability everywhere in the world, but EVGA operates a BStock website, and once a week on Wednesdays, they have Midweek Madness, which usually leads to some deep discounts on refurbished or maybe slightly or gently used products. This 1070 was one of those products. So today we're going to be taking a look at a BStock GPU to see just what you get in the box and whether or not picking up a GPU like this is worth your hard-earned money, or whether you're better off to go with a different solution like a purely used card or even a brand new card. And as we get into this video, it is worth pointing out that I have more BStock products coming up. So if you are interested in EVGA BStock products and the quality that you get out of them, definitely hit that sub box down below so you can stay tuned and find all the videos for these EVGA BStock products that I'm buying up. But let's get to the video. So as we get started looking at this 1070, before we crack open the box or anything like that, I do want to make a couple of comments about the card itself. The 1070 is now a little bit over 4 years old. It came out in the early summer, or maybe it was extremely late spring. Anyways, it was June of 2016. So the 1070 is just over 4 years old now. And with that, the 1070 followed up on the 70 series of cards. So the GTX 970 was legendary for its sort of price to performance with NVIDIA cards. It was an extremely popular 900 series card, even despite its 3.5 gigabyte versus 4 gigabytes of VRAM sort of controversy there. The 970 was extremely popular, and the 1070 followed up on that by also being an extremely popular GPU. Unlike the 970, the 1070 packs 8 gigabytes of GDDR5 memory, so it does have plenty of VRAM even for modern games, and really just was a great card. I actually upgraded from my 970 to a 1070 before I eventually upgraded that to a 1080 Ti. So I do have some experience with a very similar 970 as the one that's in the box. Currently, if you're looking on eBay, at least in the United States, the 1070s are going off for about $180 on the low end, which coincidentally is exactly what I bought this 1070 for. It was $180, well, $179.99. And the big advantage here is, just like eBay, free shipping, or at least a lot of eBay listings, you're gonna get free shipping. But unlike eBay, this thing comes with a 1-year warranty. So if I get it out of the box and it just doesn't work, it's gonna be a very simple return process. And more importantly, unlike an eBay listing where you could send it back and get your money back, EVGA is going to send me another card if I RMA this thing because it doesn't work. So unlike an eBay listing where the card may not work whatsoever and you end up getting your money back, but you're still without a GPU, even if this thing shows up and it doesn't work right off the bat, you get a GPU to replace it, so you still have a GPU. And even better yet, if it dies in the next year or so, it's gonna get replaced as well by EVGA. With all that said, let's hop into the box and see just what you get with an EVGA BStock GTX 1070. So this EVGA GTX 1070, this is just the SC variant of that card, is coming in this sort of not terrible box. A lot of these boxes that I've gotten in the past have been just either like gray or just black with no real design, and this one has a little bit of a stylized logo on it, but you know, it's just a box. So we go ahead and open it up here. Let's see if you can see in there. Looks like a GPU poking out. And there's the GPU. Is there anything else in this box? There is literally nothing else in the box other than the GPU itself. Now there is basically a bubble wrap envelope here along with this anti-static bag. Get rid of that. And we can actually go ahead and pull out the GTX 1070 here. Now, at first glance, the first thing I do notice is that there's no peely plastic pieces at all on this card, so clearly used for something or other at some point. All that plastic has been peeled off already. However, that being said, it actually looks extremely clean. Just sort of looking around the card, there's no dust in the fins or anything like that. Turning it around to the backside, that all looks very clean. We do have a quality control OK sticker over here. And then we also have an EVGA sticker over the screw to see if the cooler's ever been taken off, at least since that sticker has probably been reapplied. Now, with that, at least unless they've changed it, and definitely check this out for yourself. But to my knowledge, this does not void your warranty if you take the cooler off. This just lets EVGA know that you've opened up the card at all. But I don't believe, unless they've changed their stance on this, that should not void your warranty. And you'll notice their sticker doesn't even say that it voids your warranty. It just says EVGA all over that sticker. Okay. There are... is that peely plastic? Ooh, we have peely plastic. There's some peely plastic. That was a good peel too. So yeah, there were a couple peels on the top side though. If I remember with these cards, a lot of times this was also covered up. So somebody else basically just missed those peels. But we are gonna flip the card around now and take this cooler off completely because I'm curious what the other side to this looks like, because really, this looks extremely clean. And I'm curious if there's any visible signs of any sort of defects on the other side of the PCB that we can't have access to. And of course, you will notice the PCB here, it has no backplate at all. It did not come with a backplate, even though most 1070s, I believe, did have a backplate of some kind. This particular one does not. Okay, so we're taking a look here now. Again, everything looks extremely clean. I have the mid plate off. These thermal pads look quite fresh. I don't know if they're brand new or if they were ever replaced, but they do look really, really fresh. A lot of times with these thermal pads, what you'll see is a little bit of dust sort of clinging to the edge of them. You can kind of tell it's if they've been used any kind of for any kind of period of time, because that dust is extremely hard to get off those thermal pads. So I suspect these are probably brand new thermal pads for whenever EVGA likely opened this card up. At least I would expect them to have opened it up just to double check everything. Everything under here looks really, really clean. It looks like everything's where it should be. You can even start to see a little bit where EVGA saved a little bit of money by not using some of these extra components in the power delivery to the GPU itself. EVGA sort of cut out a couple of components. So this card is likely not going to be one that's able to overclock super, super well compared to some other 1070s. I also appreciate that, but I do appreciate where you can see over here at the right side where they also had apparently a variant maybe where the 8-pin connector came out the back of the GPU and instead of the side of the GPU where it does on this particular card. But the visual inspection here, not being an expert on PCBs and the individual components on these, but the PCB looks very, very clean. So purely from a visual aspect, if you told me this was a brand new card, I would absolutely believe you, because there's nothing here that seems to indicate that it is used or refurbished whatsoever. It looks to my eye brand new. But of course we have to get this thing put back together so we can actually put it on the test bench and of course make sure the thing works in the first place, which in hindsight I probably should have done before I took the cooler and everything else off, but no big deal. Okay, so the Heaven benchmark here has been running for about 10 to 15 minutes, somewhere in that range. And the biggest thing that I'm looking at here is the GPU temperature, which is still at 68 or so degrees Celsius. Now, it's absolutely true that I did switch out the stock thermal paste that came with this card, which, by the way, actually looked just fine. There was really no reason to switch it out other than I did open the card up, which I should have done this test before I ever opened the card up. But that being said, the thermal paste paste switch is probably at best gaining me a couple of degrees Celsius. So 68, 69 degrees, 70 degrees, somewhere in that range is what this card is running at, and it's actually running really, really well. The Heaven benchmark's at 1080p on the high settings, and it's running anywhere from like 150 to 200 FPS depending on the scene. So very happy, at least so far, with this EVGA BStock card. And the great thing is here, it comes with a warranty. So if the card does die on me in the near future, then I can just get a replacement sent to my door again. And yeah, for the cost, I cannot complain here. So needless to say, I am really happy, at least at first glance, with this 1070. Just looking at the cleanliness of this card, it is likely a superior quality than you're probably gonna find on eBay unless you're buying a brand new card on eBay. Even gently used GPUs will not be this clean. And again, that warranty is just a fantastic add-on value to buying a card like this, where you know you're gonna get a good amount of longevity out of the card. And if it dies in the next year after you purchase one of these BStock products, and by the way, not just GPUs, any BStock product comes with that 1-year warranty. So it's nice that EVGA stands behind its products. I will be testing this out in some modern titles in the very near future. So if you are looking forward to seeing some performance numbers from a GTX 1070 here in 2020, definitely hit that sub button down below. But I do want to hear from you guys, especially those of you out there that are still rocking a GTX 1070. Are you still happy with your card, or are you looking to upgrade to one of those maybe RTX 3000 series cards? Let me know all your thoughts about the 1070 or an upgrade path in those comments down below. And naturally, if you like this video and you want to see more like it, give this video a like, share, subscribe, and comment. All those things are very helpful for the channel. You can follow me both on Instagram and on Twitter at Hoosier Hardware. And as always, I'll let YouTube queue up a couple more videos from my channel for you to watch. I'm Shane with Hoosier Hardware, and I'll see you guys in the next video.